Well, we're dedicating this show to the music industry, and tonight we're picking the mind of one of the players in this space to find out how best it can actually be taken to the next level.
Well, his message is benchmarked on professionalism as a way to doing business.
I've been musical since I started talking and listening. I got the inspiration from my failure towards education, getting knowledge that I didn't know about that would push me the places that I would not even serious about, because I realized that I was maybe wasting time, because I thought one of the studies and all the syllabuses, the subjects, everything that I was doing was not in the line of my future and everything that I was thinking about, and my mission and goals. So what I did, I had to quit the school because I was inspired by my talent. The principle is just a simple thing. You just need to work smart, because all you're looking for is love, because what you got is passion. So wake up early in the morning, just go straight. If you're feeling something and okay, I think I'm loved, I'm feeling love, go share that love with the computer and the machines that you have in the studio. And what comes out, you don't know about it. So it's the people that tell you, man, you just done this. And I tell them, man, I'm not the one, I don't know how it came. So I just give the thanks and praise and worship to God. About the artists and the company music labels in Uganda, I'm a first enlightened about artist part. Most of musicians in Uganda, they don't know their work, because they are musicians, so the word comes from music. And sometimes you find them talking a lot as if they started what we call low. So what happens, they even don't know the kind of papers that they signed, where they belong to. In Uganda, we ain't got no record company music labels yet. We just have events companies, we have businessmen trying to open up all the companies looking like, most of them, I'ma call them demo. Because I always hear some people saying that we have a good company in Uganda and it does good work, it promotes awareness. Well, if it does good job, why are you not hitting in different countries, even like around East Africa? You just hitting in Uganda. I always moved to Kenya, to Nairobi. I never seen nobody trending in Kenya when they come from Uganda. So I think we're not yet having record label, the professional ones in Uganda. Let them stop calling themselves record label. In Uganda, they don't want something that is organized. They want to come and hit, run away.
You make me feel like Daddy Mulala.
So most of the contracts, they don't know how to agree with them. What happened, they go and terminate them unknowingly. So the company they signed with trying to fight them back because they know the law. And for them, they don't know law. So they need to get on. This doesn't need that. It doesn't need them to go and find some more studies about the law. No, they need to sit down, talk to the people, or find lawyers so that they can help them. But not any lawyer can do that. It must be intellectual property lawyers to do that. About the T numbers. That's the URA, Revenue Authority, and towards the government, I have to look at two things. We have the URSB towards the companies, then URA, tax. Before the government or anybody that is trying to bring out the idea, they need to think that musicians already have the T numbers. How? My name is Ojambo Andrew, and I've been buying cars and I've been paying tax we already been taxed, like when shows the 5%. We already been paying that. So I think let the promoters don't let the promoters not bring the heavy like bags on us, because I know they are the ones trying to hide away from the tax. So they're trying to put the whole blame on us. So Bajo is talking a lot that you niggas, we always buy you, we always give you some little money, but he's trying to help himself, because all he need is to pay little percentage to the government, to the URA. He's trying to put the ball on us, but that's his ball. We already paid the 5% because that's little on us. So I think it's the promoters who, okay, the so-called promoters, but I think they're the motors. They're the ones, the events organizers in Uganda, they are the one to pay all that. They're the one that always register the companies and let them not try to hide away the secrets that they are being using a lot of money. They have to pay back the tax. So comparing like the Uganda, Tanzania, Kenyan kind of market, like where are they different? Like where are they trying to develop more than like the music industry or anything like the media in Uganda? It's just the law.
In the new year that 2023 is, many are wondering how will money be made this year?
And of course, understanding that people struggled in the comeback of 2022 because of the experience of COVID-19, this year should be different for all of us.
The interesting bit is that all of us make money. We make money through different ways. You make money from the job that you get. You make money from the business that you're doing. You make money from the different sources of money. However, the million-dollar question is, how do you make that money make more money? The challenge is that when we make the money, how we spend it at the end of the day makes us lose it within a short time, and you cannot sustain your cash flow. So how we make the money is about how we make that little money that we have to make more money for us, so that we can make more money and have it multiply. One of the key things has been saving of that money. Many of us earn, many of us do business, but saving has been a challenge. The reason why you save, many of us don't appreciate the fact that saving is one thing that will help you make more money. Because when you make this money and then you save it, then it's going to help you be able to invest that money that you've saved. And when you save it into different projects, maybe you save it and buy an asset, maybe you sell it and do a business, and then that business will make that money for you. So one key thing is, when you make the money, don't just make the money and get excited. Plan for it. That means it comes with how you budget for it. How you budget for your money. When you've made this money, do you have a clear budget that will manage the expenditure of this money? If you just spend it without any clear budget, you'll end up losing it. And many of us make this mistake. You get the money and you spend it without any clear budget. And when it gets finished, that's when you want to start planning for it, when it's already out of your pocket. So the important thing, or the important approach, is plan for that money with a budget even before it comes. So when you have a clear budget, you save it. After you save it, then you invest it. And when you invest that money, then that money will definitely multiply. And when it multiplies, the more you save, the more you invest, and the more money that you make.
In our tech segment today, we explore plugins. Now, simply put, these are just applications, sound applications that mimic real live instruments.
And the real question here, is it a sign of progress, or is it affecting talent in one way or the other?
You know, technology has impacted this industry in a way that it has opened up a lot of ideas and a lot of possibilities, you know, that you keep having ideas in the mind, but you have no way of playing them off a guitar or off the drums, so you gotta use some digital element, you know, and technology helps us keep all that in one run, you know. Using plugins in production is quite fun, you know. It's more like as I was producing Bilo, or as I was producing Tupate. I used a lot of plugins in relation to the drums and the live instruments that we're in, because the tonalities are quite different and the emotions kind of hit different. You know, it's a world of try and error. You know, when you try something with the plugins and it works, man, that's the passion. Creativity-wise, I really think it's a 50-50. I wouldn't say it has killed, but I think people need to see it like it inspires, yeah? Because you can't play this digital instrument, the MIDI controller, unless you know how to play a piano, you know? And the piano is more like a live grand piano, yeah? So I believe it sparks creativity, and it shouldn't mean a person should just embark on their creative ideas, because you gotta put them down, and the way of putting them down is using the instruments, which are digital. So creativity, on the other hand as well, doesn't mean you should use only digital instruments, because it's a world of creativity, it's a world of breaking laws and stuff. So I believe a person should also learn the analog instruments, the real live instruments, you know, because the more you play them, the more you get accustomed to the idea of creation. So you can use those ideas through the digital and you put them inside. So you gotta learn the live instruments as well.
We use plugins to create different genres of music. We have hip hop, R&B, Afrobeats, Afropop, dance, electronic, country. So like genres ezimu zikreatingiwa live instruments, drum, guitar and all that. And then some genres zikreatingiwa like digital wise. Tosobola sanga limba lwa danso ngenda ducreatingira ku drums. Enyimba ezimu ziba tezinyumira ku drums oba ku, so tukozesa plugins zino like okutuyambako ku building those stuff. Plugins, okuba ni plugins kitegeeza nti producer talina kyagenda kola in studio, because oyinza okuba ni plugins nenga bwoba tolina creativity, of course you can't use the plugins.
Now when you take in instance this project to party, now I have digital, I have analog, yeah. So these are all analog files, yeah. Because my drums I like them really toned in an African way, so they're all analog, yeah. However, that doesn't mean I don't incorporate a few digital instruments. Like now my rolls in this part are all digital, yeah. But now the congas, you know, all that is analog, yeah. So to have a beautiful world of creativity, you gotta use both. You know, you gotta use the analog and you gotta use the digital. Now there is this pad. Let me play it for you. You hear it? Now there is no analog instrument with that sound. Yeah. So to get such sounds, you'll need to use digital. So I believe you get what I mean. And on top of it all, the vocals are all analog.
Well, it's always a great pleasure having you with us tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
I've been your host, Charles Boji.
And I'm Shmim K. Mato.
Until next time, have a good evening and God bless.